This episode brought to you by Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. Come check us out at Planet FunkCon in Iowa, June 27th to the 29th. Hope to see you there.
I don't wanna.
Do it! Do it! I dare you! I dare you, mother! Eh, maybe I'm exaggerating. Do it! Do it! Your Photoshop bullets will be your release! Ah! This is yet another movie from the demonic duo of Friedberg and Seltzer. Epic Movie was a surprise hit when it came out in 2007, but to audience's credit, they hadn't quite figured out they were being had yet. As I mentioned in previous reviews, these films focused on satirizing as many zeitgeist movies as possible that were coming out that year without actually seeing the movie. So when people saw Willy Wonka or Jack Sparrow, they thought the film was going to have a clever take on the flick they've seen. But that's pretty hard to do when the filmmakers haven't even seen that flick. This one, however, is right up there with Disaster Movie and Meet the Spartans as not just one of the worst film parodies ever made, but one of the worst films, period. And because I started the strange tradition of watching cinematic castrations, I guess this one is next on the list. Will I see it as the worst one this team has put together? Or will it just be one of the new deadly sins like some of the others? Now, let's get this over with and find out. Because I'm not done saying Jesus, Tony Cox deserves better, let's take a look at Epic Movie. The film opens in a museum where the narrator says 4 orphans are about to go on an adventure.
Meet our first orphan, Lucy.
Yes, orphan is often the word to describe 28-year-olds. She trips over her father figure, who's a museum curator, played by a naked, dying David Carradine. No, I'm not touching that with either of those. And she sees an albino chasing after her.
Habeas corpus, deploribus unum.
I hate when these movies make me Google something. Alright, he was a DJ, he was an actor. What does dropping have to do with anything? Oh, okay, he was with Britney Spears and they broke up. My 43-year-old ass was very happy not knowing any of that, but now it takes up space in my brain. Thanks, you piece of shit. Lucy, however, thinks this is all a code. Gee, I wonder what that's in reference to.
Oh God, the code! I didn't read the book on tape.
Well, there it is. The first movie made only for babies who were dropped.
Let's go! Please.
And stepped on. The code leads her to a vending machine where she gets a chocolate bar with a golden ticket. Alright, in a series where the stunts are mainly just the free transform tool, that one wasn't bad. Cut to the next orphan in Mexico named Edward, played by Kal Penn. Okay, at least at this point, we know the orphans being far older than they should be is intentional. Where the cook makes a strange meal. That's obviously the next thing that should happen.
Nacho!
He says it for a while, that's the joke. You see Nacho Libre? Don't worry, the filmmakers didn't either.
I'm sick of this! I'm going to be a lucha libre wrestler.
When you look at Van Wilder saying, boy, that movie had a purpose. It turns out even the kids can out-wrestle him, but thankfully he stumbles across a golden ticket as well.
And stay out, cabron!
Man, if that was Minecraft Jack Black, he'd be exactly the same. Cut to our next orphan, Susan, who's off to meet her parents, who are... Wow, 2 of these movies had a Bradgelina joke in the first 5 minutes. Now what's this satirizing? Frozen 2?
I've had it with these mother
YouTube, I don't know.
snakes on this mother
Same.
plane.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because all they saw at the time was the trailer, like the rest of us. And I don't know, every scene so far has to end with someone getting tossed out, I guess.
I'm so hot.
Yeah, like I said, most of the stunts are just a crop effect to a mannequin. I wouldn't mind, except I think the mannequins would probably have a more thrilling story. She finds a golden ticket as well, and we cut to our last orphan, Peter, who of course is a mutant going to a school for mutants. I love the girl next to her who's like, yeah, I guess I'll just look over here. There's just so much funny going on for me to react to. Maybe the idea of these movies is to figure out which director got laid less.
Asshole.
It turns out his power is just chicken wings on his back. And he's approached by a Magneto so lazily designed with just a magnet on his head that I will admit I got a little bit of a chuckle.
You all know Peter is too much of a pussy to stand up for himself.
And to think some people do accept this as an unofficial X-Men Origins Magneto story. I mean, hell, it's still better than this. He, of course, finds a golden ticket too, and the orphans put on their most I recognize that clothes and head over to, where else, a chocolate factory. I love it's so obvious they didn't see the new Willy Wonka movie yet because they actually mock a scene from the original film as opposed to the remake. Well, okay, not mock as much as acknowledge, because there's literally no joke down here.
I've been expecting you, so come on.
Crispin Glover plays Willy Wonka, and I have to say, while the performance isn't good, I mean, what performance can be good in this? It does make me realize, even in an awful parody, I'd still prefer this performance over Depp's.
It's real human parts. There's gonna be a little itty bitty piece of you inside of the yummy yum candy, literally.
Is that even satire? It's just the plot to most of the story. The orphans try to escape, but Wonka locks them in. Jesus, he's making this rendition look like a social worker. My God, did they confuse what Candyman they're supposed to be mocking? Somehow they survive, hearts being ripped out and heads being decapitated. My God, this is my version of hell. I'm trapped in an epic movie and I can't die. And they look for a place to hide from the candy maker, of course leading to the magic wardrobe. And I say of course, presuming you've seen the trailer or know that Narnia came out around this time, as nothing points to this should logically happen next. A bunch of stuff falls out, including Seltzer. I think Seltzer got laid the least. And she goes inside, of course making it to Narnia. In unexplained new clothes that don't even look like the clothes from the original. She was literally in a wardrobe. You could have had something happen to her jacket that she had to change outfits. Hell, it'd be another horny excuse to get somebody naked. She puts her tongue on the pole, yeah, sure, why not? And she stumbles across Mr. Tumnus.
What are you?
I'm a faun. Half man, half goat.
Oh, so you mean...
Yeah, that's good a goat.
It's obvious, but I can't pretend I wouldn't make that joke. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. It'd be weird if they did an Narnia parody and didn't connect it to MTV's Cribs somehow.
Say what's up to the honeys.
Black, Latin, white combination of dimes.
Yo, Didi!
Well, I can guess how many of those fawns aren't willingly staying there then, huh? He says Lucy is in danger and has to send her on her way, saying a camera will explain everything. I have to admit, I don't even think I would put together this was a Mission Impossible parody if it wasn't for the music.
The evil white bitch who rules Narnia, not to mention her bombing of the hurricane relief.
The white bitch doesn't care about black people.
Boy, they just got all the rappers that age great over time, didn't they?
You know, every day in summer I look up at the sun and I think to myself, oh my God, the moon is blowing up. And it's so bright that the sky turns blue and we can't see the stars anymore. Science will tell you a different story, but science is dumb. I know this because science proved it. But you probably look at it and think, summer, yay, being outside and everything, and you know, you're dumb too. But at least you can enjoy summer without cooking inside the whole time because you got Factor. And Factor's not dumb, Factor's cool. Because they got like chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals that are ready in just 2 minutes, taking the hassle of eating well. 2 minutes is all it takes for the sun to explode every day. I know what you're thinking, well, wait, how can it explode every day? Why are you asking me that? I'm clearly crazy. But not so crazy that I can't recognize that Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle over summer and beyond. Even with that fake sun up there, which is really just an infinite amount of moons exploding. Yeah, that's my explanation. You know those Pez dispensers? Like, imagine it just keeps going and going infinite, except it's moons. Moons that are blown up by the banana people. I don't need to explain them, they're self-explanatory. But with 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your summer gains and goals. Choose from options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. Factor powers your day, sun up to sundown. Oh no, they got to Factor too. They believe this non-moon blowing up nonsense. Nah, whatever, they just need to make good food. And they do! With nutritious breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts, Factor has your whole day covered. Enjoy more this summer. Get Factor if you want all the flavor and none of the fuss. I'm really not kidding when I say it's amazing food that's super fast to make and super convenient, like it's really, really filling and just tastes amazing. Like, I know I have to say that, but if you've tried it, you know what I'm talking about. You know this is the real deal. It's really good stuff. Even if you're sheep who don't believe in the banana people. Oh yeah, sheep are up to stuff too. You know how hot dogs come in packages of 10 and hot dog buns come in packages of 8? That's the shape. You can get started at factormeals.com/nostalgia50off and use the code nostalgia50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code nostalgia50off at factormeals.com/nostalgia50off for 50% off plus free shipping. That's factormeals.com/nostalgia50off. This is a guy on the internet saying, why are you listening to a guy on the internet? Don't you know we're all nuts? We're crazy. The banana people programmed us that way. But they also programmed us to like Factor, and you know what? That part's pretty good. I was brain foggy as hell when I recorded this. I'm probably gonna regret it later. Bye! Check out Walter Benaziac's Juniversal. Every day in June, he reviews a Universal movie that helped lay the groundwork for cinema. And maybe a few Universal Epic Universe rides here and there. It's every day in June right here on the channel, so check it out. Edward also gets a new wardrobe from the wardrobe, and he encounters the White Bitch, played by Jennifer Coolidge. Sure. Tony Cox plays Bink, her assistant, as they try to manipulate Edward into bringing them his siblings. And I will say, well, everyone kinda acts like they know they're in shit. Coolidge is playing it like she's in something legit funny, randomly going into a British accent whenever she wants, and you know what? God bless her for trying in this.
I must meet the others. Behold, my white castle.
The next two jokes are exactly what you think they are.
White Castle? I feel like I've been there before.
Feel like you're wishing you were back there now. The other orphans show up, but they find Mr. Tumnus has been taken by the White Bitch. However, they encounter a hairy beaver. You'll never guess what his name is.
My name is Harry Beaver.
They're told they all need to see the great King Aslo so they can all become heroes. Heroes? That's something Superman Returns is. Superman Returns is in this movie now. Oh my God! Well, that of course works because of all the character traits we know about Peter. For example, he imagines himself being Superman. That's all the character traits I know about Peter. They find out they're related and all had the same parents. Okay, that's a little funny. But the White Bitch killed him off. Edward discovers this too when he approaches her and she tells him the news.
I won't ask again. Where is the rest of your family?
Yeah, they went to Mr. Tumnus's house.
You just got punked! We just punked Edward! Schwam! Schwam!
How long does this go? Not long, but still too long. She sends the albino to find him. Walmart's sushi aged better than this. But at least our heroes are reunited with Mr. Tumnus.
Before you meet Aslo, you must train.
I'll meet you at Aslo's. May the force be with you.
Bye, Felicia. See, I can say random lines too. Mr. Tumnus comes back just so he can get taken out again. And the orphans make it to an ancient magical school at Hogwarts. They make it to Hogwarts.
Aren't you a little old to still be a student here?
Nonsense. I am but 14.
They do a cute joke about how fast the Harry Potter actors were aging. Though we kinda did a similar joke already with how obviously old the orphans are. But all I'm thinking is how much I don't want to hear Pleakley as a perv.
I'm completely invisible. Where am I?
It's like hearing Belle do phone sex. Some things just don't sound right. They train them at the school while Edward is in prison with Jack Sparrow. Because you recognize who that is.
Captain Jack Swallows.
I will say I was pretty surprised to find that's Daryl Hammond. I mean, I always knew he was good at impressions. I just didn't know Jack Sparrow was one of them. I'll also admit they so don't try to hide that this is a dummy that it did make me laugh. Clearly a satire of the first Spider-Man. I do also like it almost calls out how random the references are by just having a sign that points to Gotham City. Like, it's nowhere in this, but nothing has anything to do with anything. It might as well be.
What's it like being a pirate?
Let me break it down for you.
Please don't.
We are the pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, the pirates of the Caribbean.
So you got an SNL guy to do a parody of an SNL sketch that was a parody of rap songs, that was a parody of Narnia, which is already being parodied. How can anything be that wrong? It turns out this was all planned to get Edward to reveal where the others are as the White Bitch recaptures him. The rest of our heroes make it to King Aslo and his army. And Borat.
She's my sister. She is number 4 fond prostitute in all of Narnia.
Nobody stopped this. They had plenty of opportunities, yet nobody stopped this. And we finally see King Aslo, played by Fred Willard.
Half lion, half man.
So you mean you're...
My father, Siegfried, boinked a lion.
So every joke is either centered around a pointless reference or sleeping with an animal. Remind me to never go to one of these filmmakers' parties.
Fine, I'll help you get Edward back. But there's something you've got to do for me.
He sleeps with them all. Again, I don't know if we're supposed to see these as kids or adults, and honestly, the film's probably getting off to it either way. And he agrees to help them save Edward. Again, I did smirk when they make it obvious the people fighting are Asian stunt doubles. But even that goes on too long. Like, we get the joke really quick, but they do it like 8 more times. It's cool though, we get this great punchline.
Amene Patrice et Filii.
You really want to make sure Christopher Guest actors get no more work, don't you? They save Edward.
We're a family now.
We're a family now.
Oh, I forgot to mention, one sister always repeats what the other says.
Yes, our brother Edward.
Yes, our brother Edward.
Who's Aslo?
Who's Aslo?
I didn't mention it before because, well, can you find a reason to? And they escape while the white bitch kills Aslo. Our heroes agree to fight without him, though. Even the X-Men, or whatever they're supposed to be here, add nothing.
Tomorrow we fight, so tonight, we party!
Do they think there's people out there saying rock music in Narnia? They're pushing the envelope! The next day, though, the army doesn't show up and they seem outnumbered. But Jack Sparrow shows up despite him being killed, but when has that stopped anything? And
You owe me your soul, Jack Swallows, and it's time to pay up.
so what'd you do today? Oh, I spent 3 hours turning Jennifer Coolidge into Davy Jones. Why? I've been asking that for weeks. Oh, she's also a DJ. Because we like things once and they want to punish us for that. And they send their dollar store costumes into battle, but the orphans get killed off. Thank God somebody saw the commercial for Click.
Wow. Let's slow things down for a better look.
No part of this movie should be slowed down. Even the sexy scenes are determined to ruin your boner through their awful joke writing.
Oh dear.
See, why is there even a fat guy there now? I'm telling you, they want a Clockwork Orange comedy, so you get sick every time you think of it. He uses the rewind button with the remote that has no reason for being there. Oh, I mean, he uses the heal injuries button. That common remote option. Yeah, I don't think these people know how a TV works. They clearly don't know how a movie works. And they kill off the soldiers while they're paused.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Oh, forgot that was a thing. That was a happy memory for getting that memory. How evil is this movie? They have the balls to use Comic Sans at one point. Do they have no conscience? The day is saved, our heroes become the kings and queens of Narnia, and they spend years there until they find the wardrobe again.
You make a movie film have happy ending. Not.
You know this film loves to bombard you with references. I think it only makes sense to end on a reference as well. This one from Shirley Jackson's The Haunting.
It ought to be burned down, and the ground sowed with salt.
Yeah, that feels right. And that was Epic Movie. It sure was an epic piece of shit. Like most of these movies, it has the exact problems you would think. No real understanding of funny characters or satire or situational humor. Just a bunch of references with no rhyme or reason. Is it the worst of these? Pretty damn close. I'd say Disaster Movie is still in the lead because I can at least point to some moments that made me snicker a bit, where I can't remember a single laugh from Disaster Movie. But brother, I can count them on one hand and not even use all 5 fingers. It's not surprising this is on so many worst films of all time lists, sometimes even next to Disaster Movie. I mean, I don't know, what can I say that I haven't said about all the other ones? It's the exact same garbage. The only difference is maybe a slightly less inoffensive smell. For me, this one stunk a little less than Disaster Movie, but that doesn't mean it still doesn't count as one of the worst stenches in cinematic history. I'm a Nostalgia Critic guy, remember? So you don't have to.
I'm sick of this! I'm going to be a lucha libre wrestler.
This month for Cameos for Charity, we're doing Solve ME CFS. ME stands for myalgic encephalomyelitis, and CFS stands for chronic fatigue syndrome, which you've definitely heard me talk about before. I still suffer from chronic fatigue syndrome, and while it's not nearly as bad as when I first started out, it does still affect my day-to-day life. And while I don't think I have even a tenth of what other people have, it's still very difficult to live with and does make you think about the others who have it far worse than me. This is an organization that works hard to find a cure, help people who do live with it, and give funding for future research, as there's not really a whole bunch of research on it. But seeing how long COVID is still a thing, and this can be one of the side effects of it, more and more awareness is being raised about it, and you can help out with that. So if you want a video of me saying happy birthday or good luck or whatever, click on the link below and be giving to a good cause. If you're like, you suck and I hate your face, well, consider giving to this organization anyway. They work hard to help real people with real problems and hopefully find real answers and real cures. Click on the link and see what you can do to help out.